So, Lim, how did the meeting go this morning with Terry and Raheem for the team?
Yeah, the meeting went great this morning. Love Terry and Raw. They're great people. Unfortunately, this business that we sign up for, player, coach, staff member, there's changes that are made year in and year out, and it's one of those things you're just always kind of in the back of your mind. You got to be prepared for, and it sucks. You hate to see, good people leave the organization, and those are two great, phenomenal human beings that I and my teammates have a lot of respect for.
What was the key points of their message to the team, or messages to the team?
Yeah, main messages, we have a lot of good, solid players and good people on this team, good players, and we can win football games, and we're going to win football games. We got a great core of veterans and a lot of young talent, really talented young guys, and we got the pieces. And we were close this year, and this was not the outcome that anybody wanted or anyone expected, but we have the pieces, and we trust the leadership in this organization, and we're looking forward to winning a lot of games next year.
What just kind of was the reaction to hear that Raheem and Terry wouldn't be back?
It was hard for a lot of guys. Like I said, they're great people, and they have a massive amount of respect with the guys on this team. So there were tears that were shed, players, coaches, Ron, Terry as well. And just hearing their message of to the players, it just we wish them the best, and they're gonna continue to do great things, and so is this team.
From a leadership standpoint, what does this team need when it comes to a GM and a head coach?
I can't really speak too much on that. From a player's perspective, we trust Mr. Blank, we trust Josh Blank, Greg Beatles, all the people that are in those positions. That's what they get paid to do, and that's their job. I joke around with people and say, my job's to throw a ball between my legs. That's what I get paid to do. I got full trust in that core and with the leadership in this organization that they're going to bring the right people in, and I have no doubt, like I said, that we're going to win a lot of games.
Any kind of reaction to the new position the Falcons are bringing in, the player or president of football?
Yeah, I saw a little bit about that this morning. I don't know what exactly that will entail outside of what was, you guys probably know more than I do. That isn't something that really was mentioned to us. That's not anything player-wise that we deal with or have a say in or anything like that. So I'm excited to see, just like with the head coach and GM, excited to see who gets brought in and who gets added to this great organization, and have full faith and confidence in the people at the top.
What's the vibe right now, like among the players? What kind of conversations are you guys having amongst yourselves?
Disappointed in how the season ended. Obviously, we wanted to win more games. We're very close to being in the playoffs, winning the division. But very optimistic with the talent that we have, and like I said, the leadership, player-wise, in the locker room. Young talent, especially on defense. I mean, we had young guys going off with James and Jalen, Xavier, Billy before he got hurt. We got the pieces there. We got the leadership. So it's a somber day because of the people that we're losing and the men that we're losing. But we're optimistic in the talent that we have here, and the leadership, and the attitude of the guys that are here.
Looking back on the season, the Jets game comes back up to mind. If you all win that game, you're probably in the playoffs. So do you look back on that game as a possible turning point for you all season?
I don't know if there is or if there was a turning point. Like you said, if we win that game, we're in the playoffs. The goal is to win every game. So when you fall short of that goal, then that's a tough pill to swallow, and something you got to work on moving forward. That was a game that we would have loved to win, and we would have loved to have been still playing this week, and moving forward. And all we can do is move forward with what we got and where we're at, and prepare for next year.
From your judgment, did you feel that this locker room felt like they had done enough for Raheem to keep his job?
Again, that's talking about personnel decisions and stuff, that's as a player and as a long snapper, that's not my job to speculate on those things. But what I can tell you is that, we have a ton of great players on this team. There's going to be a lot of guys that are going to stay here. There's going to be guys that naturally move on and move to other teams. But we got the talent, we got the leadership in the locker room, and we're excited to see who comes in and who's going to lead this ship and hopefully win a lot of games next year.
You've already gone through a coaching change here in your career. Can you see this, although difficult right now, bringing those who are coming back next year closer?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime that you have regime changes and there's a lot of stuff up in the air, there's free agency, guys coming in, guys leaving, staff, players, whatever it may be, it definitely brings guys together. There's a lot of uncertainty whether you're under contract or not, or so it brings guys together, and you lean on your brothers, you lean on your teammates, you lean on the support staff, just like you lean on them during the season and in the off season, and I definitely think that we have a great culture, and a lot of that is thanks to Terry and Ra. There's a great mindset going into this off season and going into next season, I believe.
Josh, were you surprised by yesterday's events?
As far as the firings?
Yeah, the change of coach in general.
Actually, yeah, I was. Ending the season on, the 4-game win streak that we did, and righting a couple wrongs that, everybody was talking about. I was hoping that it didn't go that way, and obviously that's the nature of the business that we're in. We're here to win, so haven't been, so I understand, but definitely a little bit disappointed by it for sure.
Can this defense, obviously you don't know what's going to happen with Jeff Ulbrich yet, but this defense had a lot of momentum coming toward the end of the season. Do you feel like this group can carry that now that there's been a change?
For sure. I'll go ahead and start by saying I hope Brick's here.
Yeah.
I think he's a heck of a coach, created a heck of a culture that, I hope you guys could see on the field, and developed a, true connection with each and every one of the guys. But yeah, we got a young group on defense here, and those guys, that's what they were brought into. That's how they learned how to play NFL defense. So hopefully they do carry that momentum, and no matter what happens, hope all those guys play well.
You guys had a meeting this morning, player meeting, team meeting?
Team meeting, yeah.
Who led the meeting?
Coach Ra and Terry, both just kind of gave their spiel and said their goodbyes, and wished everybody well. Let everybody know that they were proud of the way that we finished, especially after being eliminated. Really showed what this team was about. Ultimately, didn't get it done, but again, that's the nature of the business.
Did any players speak?
No.
What was the vibe, I guess, in that room?
These are people's livelihoods, I think to a lot of people, it's a game, but at the end of the day, these are real people, humans, emotions, relationships, and nobody wants to see anybody go. This is a family, everybody that's within the confinement of that room, that's team, that's brotherhood, some sisters, so, it obviously wasn't a joyful, meeting. Everybody was kind of somber, but, I'm just keep saying it, it's the nature of the business. Being year 8, it's not the first time I've seen it, and, God bless me with another year, another couple years, probably won't be the last.
Josh, what did Ra mean to you as a head coach?
Ra was somebody that you could rely on for being himself. You know exactly what you were getting every day. He made it fun. He made football fun again. I think a lot of guys kind of lose that, players and coaches. And he just made the workplace fun. It was fun to come in and compete, and he's just all around great guy, father figure for me. Just how he took me under his wing, and encouraged me to, continue to develop, and meant a lot.
Obviously, a lot of changes will happen between now and next season, but what gives you the confidence there is a bright future here in Atlanta?
I mean, we got a lot of young stars, a lot of guys. I know, like you said, a lot can happen, free agents and whatnot, but I mean, the talent's here, Unfortunately, we weren't able to, put it all together week in and week out, but the talent's here. And if you don't see that, I don't think you know ball.
If those that are running the search for a new head coach ask you for your opinion on what you want to see in a new head coach, what would your advice to the search committee be?
I would like to see somebody come in that, again, obviously makes it fun. Somebody who holds everybody to a high standard. And, more than anything, somebody to come in and win, create a winning culture.
Thank you.
Follow that up. Does that send a message to you players too when there's that change at the top, that losing in this way things have been is not going to be accepted?
Oh yeah, I mean, but being year 8, it's a carousel. I mean, from the first day of OTAs, like you might not have the same 90 guys by the end. So that's kind of always it's a performance-based business. So we know that for sure. But it definitely does hit a little different when it's the top guys.